Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back into the Arkansas Football Recruiting Report. I'm Evan Kamico. That's Otis Kirk. Otis, a lot to talk about today with JUCO guys coming in to visit, high school guys state championship this weekend, and then we'll touch a little bit on Razorback football. But let's get it started with one guy, Camary Copeland, a D lineman from Iowa Western Community College. What do you have on him potentially coming here to Fayetteville?
Yeah, he visited this weekend for an official visit. This is a kid that's got 43 offers, Evan, and he's a 4-star with Rivals, a 3-star with the other networks, but he does have 43 offers. I don't know how he's a 3-star, but a couple of them have him a 3-star. But Arkansas, Virginia Tech, Tennessee, and North Carolina State are his final 4. Like I say, he was at Arkansas this weekend. He's already visited Tennessee. He's got a playoff game against Kilgore next weekend. If they win that, he will actually play in Little Rock's War Memorial the following week for the national championship. They played Hutchinson down there last year. He's at Iowa Western. I don't know if I said he's 6'3", 285-pound defensive lineman. He's originally from Virginia Beach, Floyd Kellum High School. So Virginia Tech might have an inside there. They're probably going to get the last visit. Depending on how they do in the playoffs, he may or may not visit NC State. He will visit Virginia Tech on the 15th of December. But if they keep winning in the next 2 weekends, obviously he will not visit NC State in all likelihood, unless he can pull off maybe a midweek or something, But he had 36 tackles, 19 solos, 9 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks. Very good football player. Like I said, he's got 43 offers. That speaks volumes, and he's got a lot of offers. Those were the final 4 schools. He was shocked at Arkansas. He thought it'd be a bunch of tumbleweeds and stuff, I mean, it's a kid from Virginia. He thought he'd be a bunch of tumbleweeds. And,
yeah.
I mean, I guess the stadium propped up with people's walking canes or something. I don't know. But he was really impressed with Arkansas anyway. I think our Hogs have a chance. This visit helped. Whether it's enough to get him or not, I don't know. I mean, like I said, he's from Virginia. He's got that Virginia Tech visit where he's definitely going to take that. He worded it like he's definitely going to visit that, and he may visit North Carolina State. He's been to Tennessee, but I think Arkansas's visit really helped. The facilities here, he talked about, really blew him away. They were the best he's seen. So Arkansas's got a chance. I mean, and honestly, if you get them on campus, you get them for a visit, and you got a chance, that's all you can ask for.
Absolutely.
You'll get your share of them.
100%. And that's something that the staff have, reiterated, whether any sport. It's like, if we can get these guys to campus, we feel confident we can get them here to play for us. And anyway, let's move on now. Jaden Lewis, cornerback, he decommitted from Auburn. What do you have on him?
Yeah, he's from Anniston, Alabama. I'm pretty sure that's the same school Orlando Waters a long time ago played here from. But Jaden is 4-star, got a lot of offers, 5'11", about 175, I would say, something like that. He was here for an unofficial visit for the game Friday. It would not surprise me that if he's a 2024 kid, by the way. It would not surprise me if Arkansas, if he will do it, will bring him back in the next couple of weekends for an official visit. I don't know that he will do that since he saw the campus this weekend on an unofficial. But I know Arkansas would love to. I mean, obviously, anybody would like to sign him. Everybody thought he was going to Auburn. He was locked in on October the 17th. He decommitted, and I think it caught some people off guard a little bit. They thought, kid from Alabama, he was going to Auburn, but everybody'd like to have the kid. Arkansas is no different, obviously, and he's a 4-star corner. And the U of A could use that because, you're probably where you're losing McLaughlin, who knows if McAdoo's going to be able to play again or not, so you're sitting there you never get enough cover corners. That's one thing you can never get enough of. And this kid's got a lot of offers and somebody that could really help Arkansas. So he's one to keep an eye on. If we talk about him the next 2 weekends for an official visit, then I think Arkansas's chances are tremendously better, Evan. He's one to watch because, like I said, they've got about 2 more weekends, 2 or 3, and some midweek visits they're going to have for official visits. And if we talk about him again, that means he took an official visit. That means Arkansas probably got a pretty good chance at him. It's his time. He's going to sign early probably, so his time's running out. So he's going to have to make a decision. And I know Hogs would love to get one of those official visits.
Absolutely. We've definitely brought up his name before, and even more importantly, it would be fun seeing him next to Jalen Braxton in that Arkansas secondary. Could be a fun little duo right there. Let's move on. But staying on the defensive side, now a defensive end / tight end, Zanrow.
Yeah. Here's a kid. He is 2027. We had Kane Archer on here 2026. Cody Taylor. We thought those kids were young. This kid's 2027. He's got 19 offers, Kevin. He's 6'5", 225 pounds, playing varsity at Denton Ryan High School, or Denton Geyer. I'm sorry, Geyer High School. There is a Denton Ryan, but I believe he's at Denton Geyer. He 6'5", 225 pounds, 2027, ninth grader.
I wonder what they're feeding him, because I'd like some of that.
I don't know, but I'm glad it's not me having to buy the food for him. I'll say that. He had 23 tackles, 18 solos, 2 tackles for loss, a couple of sacks as a freshman, playing on a very good Denton Geyer team. He caught 1 pass on offense. If the stats it's not my stats. The stats on their official site has him with 1 catch for 3 yards. So he was here Friday for the game. I don't know if I think Arkansas is recruiting him for tight end, but probably as an athlete, to be honest with you, because if he wanted to play defensive end, they're not going to turn him down. And that's obviously more what he saw action at Geyer, but he can play on either side of the ball. And he's a guy that I think some of the recruiting services will eventually list. If they're not already, they will eventually list him as an athlete, guy capable of playing end on either side of the ball. But man, 19 offers at 2027, that tells you about all you need to know about him. 6'5", 225. I mean, he's probably headed for 4 or 5 star status eventually, Evan. I mean, he's going to be able to name his school in 3 or 4 years when he makes a decision.
And hopefully one of those schools is Arkansas in the SEC and not one of the other SEC schools. All right, let's move down the list. Gregory Jro's tight end from, I believe, what does it say? Dodge City Community College.
Yeah, they're playing. He was here last weekend for an official visit. I think when Mississippi State hires a coach, if it's Jeff Lebby or whoever they hire, I think they're going to become the other factor. Right now, Arkansas is really strong with him. A 6'7", 230-pound tight end from Dodge City. They play in the Wool Bowl, WOOL Bowl, in New Mexico. They play New Mexico Military Institute is who they're playing in that bowl game. He had a good visit here. I talked to him a little bit this week, just chatting with him. I talked to him after his visit. We had that here on last weekend, but I chatted with him a little bit this weekend. Like I said, I think Arkansas may be in pretty good shape there. The only thing that scares you, playing time is a key factor for this kid. And Arkansas has Luke. They have Ty coming back. I mean, as far as we know, they're coming back. You've got to, you do lose a couple of older tight ends, though. So he wants to play. He might see an avenue to that quicker at Mississippi State, possibly. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know with the portal coming up, you never know what anybody's got, to be honest with you. But I do know Arkansas is in relatively good shape there. He is midterm. He can catch football. He had 15 catches for 172 yards, a couple of touchdowns at Dodge City. They're still playing. They're going to a bowl game, so they had a pretty good season. And he's certainly one of the reasons why, Evan. I mean, this kid is real nice kid. He kind of quiet, but I mean, when he talks to you, he gives you the answer. He doesn't expand it any. He's not like me. He's not long-winded. He gets to the point, and that's the point. When the point ends, the point finished. The conversation ends. But no, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's very polite, not rude at all. But anyway, he's a good kid, and I think Arkansas's got a shot at him. It's going to depend on what. I do know he got offered by Mississippi State. And I don't know how much stock you can put in this, but I do know Arkansas was the next offer. Now, he's got other offers, but I'm talking about the SEC. He got offered by Mississippi State. Then Arkansas offered him after that. He still got pinned to his Twitter or X. He's got pinned to his X, Arkansas offer. second SEC offer. He's got that pinned instead of Mississippi State, and it was the second offer. So I think that's good. I mean, maybe that's look trying to find something positive, but no, I do know he had a good visit, and I think he's got. Like I said, that's to be determined, but we'll see. But I do think Arkansas has a reasonably good chance for him, maybe more than you would think if you look at the situation, knowing that he probably wants to play. And not that he can't play here, he can, but we'll see. I mean, I didn't know JUCO tight end would be one of their priorities, but it was with him. But part of it's because it's not necessarily the position's a priority, he's a priority. You know what I'm saying, Evan?
Mm-hmm.
He's that good.
Absolutely.
Hey, this program's not good enough to turn down him. If there's an impact player, they're going to take him no matter the position. Nobody's setting so good that you can't bring in an impact player. And they feel like he is, obviously.
100%. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some high school guys. One of the most exciting high schools right now in the state championship, that's got to be Greenwood. Kane Archer, Cash Archer, Cody Taylor, all guys that Arkansas has been looking at. What do you got on them? Because they are just fun to watch. I've said it before. I will say it again. You know, there's some guys where you see and you're like, oh man, I really wish they come here, and those three could be on that list and probably are.
Yeah, I was at that game. They're going to play Little Rock Christian again Friday night for the state championship. I actually was at Greenwood when they played them 2 or 3 weeks ago. John James and I were down there for that. I think Drake was down there too. I didn't know it, but he said he was. Yeah, I mean, Walker White's Little Rock Christian quarterback, headed to Auburn, obviously. But yeah, I mean, those kids played Friday night for the Class 6A state championship. Greenwood's undefeated. They beat Little Rock Christian, but it was at Greenwood. This is on a neutral site. You know, it's tough to beat a good team twice in 1 year, but it can be done. And so it's going to be a dogfight Friday night down there at War Memorial, and we'll see who comes away with it. But yeah, I tell you, man, Kane Archer. I mean, all three. Cody Taylor we had on here a couple of weeks ago. Kane Cash we had on a week or two before that, and they're just good ball players, good kids. Walker's a good kid. It's just this whole. You just hate to see anybody have to lose that game, but it's an honor for both those teams to get this far. And if you lose, you get second place, which no one wants. But then again, you could do a lot worse than second because there's a lot of high schools. Every other team in Class 6A would love to be playing in that game Friday night, and there's only 2 playing in it. Same way in 7A, 5A.
Absolutely. We'll move down the list now. Bentonville wide receiver, who we were both at his commitment when he committed to Arkansas, CJ Brown. Yeah. Somebody who, after the season of watching all the Arkansas tight ends, you're going to want more in that room. What's he going to bring? What is he looking at this weekend?
Yeah, they play Fayetteville. Obviously, Drake Lindsay and Fayetteville beat them once already. So CJ's going to have to, a lot of people didn't think they'd get there. They thought Bryant would beat them, and Bryant did not beat them. And, Fayetteville beat Conway. And so this is going to be a dogfight. And, I just said it with Greenwood, and I'll say it with Fayetteville. It's tough to beat a good team twice in one season. Mm-hmm. And to do that, they've got to beat Bentonville. I'm sorry, they got to beat Bentonville for the second time. Both Fayetteville and Greenwood are going for perfect seasons, Kevin. That's what's interesting. These two teams have beaten these two teams they're going to play, and they've already beaten them, but now they've got to beat them again for the big prize. And this is the game that matters. But it should be a great game. It's at noon Saturday. Should be a good one. You think Fayetteville probably going to get it, but CJ and them are, like I said, nobody gave that. Well, not very many people. I'm not going to say nobody, but not very many people gave them a chance to get there. They're there, and they're not going to go away quietly. They will give Fayetteville all they want. I can promise you that.
Absolutely. 2 high-flying offenses, especially Drake Lindsay and Fayetteville. Last but not least, we'll talk about Little Rock Parkview, Marion Robinson, and Ja'Cory Smith.
Yeah, but both those kids have offers to Arkansas. Robinson's 2025. Smith is 2026. He and Kane are the only 2 2026 kids I know of in the state with offers. Both of them have Arkansas offers, have options, especially Robinson. Smith will get a bunch of offers, but Robinson right now has a bunch. He's got a lot of options on the table. They play Saturday night, and they play Shiloh Christian. Got the Saints, man. I tell you what, you could almost start the season. You can say Shiloh Christian and Greenwood are going to be in Little Rock for the state championship. I mean, it's almost automatic. And I'm going to tell you, this is 5A Saturday night, Evan, but I'm going to tell you, and I'm probably going to make some people mad up here when I say this, but you can make a strong argument that Little Rock Parkview is the best team in Arkansas. I know they're 5A, and I know about Fayetteville, and I know about Bentonville. I know that, and Shiloh, I know about them. But I'm just telling you, Little Rock Little Rock Parkview, you can make a case they're the best team in Arkansas. Are they? I don't know. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying you can make a case for that. It doesn't matter to me who the best team is. All these teams are great, or they wouldn't be in the. Like I said, there's 6 teams going to be there next weekend in Little Rock. The rest of these teams in the state and those 3 classifications will not be there. So they're all great teams. And I mean, I'm not saying Parkview, but I'm just saying you can make a case for that. I've heard people do that. And boy, they are impressive. Coach Boulding has just done a great job at Parkview. I mean, that was a school that kids were leaving there to go other places like at Joe T and stuff to play because they didn't want to play at Parkview. Boulding takes over there, and now all of a sudden it's a place where people want to play and not just play, but win. They expect to win, Evan. And you've seen it. And Coach Boulding deserves a ton of credit for that, man. A ton of credit.
Absolutely. And before we go, we'll talk a little bit about the Razorbacks. We got a few moments. Before the season, we both sat down on here and said our guess was going to be 8-4. Well, it was the opposite. It was 4-8. They ended obviously a disappointing season. With questions now to answer, what have you heard? Let's talk about those questions. The biggest question right now is who's going to come in and step in as offensive coordinator. What have you heard about the opening?
You know, I ran a list of 4 names Thanksgiving Day, I believe it was. Obviously, I had Coach Guyton on there. He's not going to be the offensive coordinator. I really think Buster Faulkner from Georgia Tech should be the man. I watched him last night. I switched a lot of games around, yesterday I saw some of their game, and I was obviously watching the Lakers, but then I saw some of the Georgia Tech game, and Faulkner kept Georgia off balance. Every time I saw it, he was keeping Georgia off balance. He's exactly to me what Sam needs as offensive coordinator. The guy, he took over a Georgia Tech offense that was atrocious. I mean, it wasn't good. And he turned it around, and he turned it around immediately. And that's what Sam needs. He don't need a long time plan. He needs an immediate turnaround. And this guy can do it. Buster Faulkner can do it. I don't know if that's who Sam will hire, but I know he could do a lot worse than that. The guy's got ties to Georgia, which obviously helps with Sam. Let's be honest. Georgia ties help with Sam. Mm-hmm. And people may scoff and say, oh, another Georgia coach. I'm telling you, if he hires Buster Faulkner, he's getting a home run, a grand slam hire. I'm telling you, probably should have hired him last year. And but if he can get him, and he does hire him, he's getting a grand slam hire there. And whatever they have to pay him to get him, because and whatever the length of the contract. People ask me, can Sam get a top-notch offensive coordinator when he's on the hot seat? Next year, that coaching's different. Coach, if you get fired or I get fired, we probably have to look for a job. If coaches get fired, they get a buyout. They go. Somebody else will hire them. They're hired to be fired. Coaching business is different than anything else. So forget all that stuff about Sam can't hire someone because maybe they're afraid he'll get fired because they know somebody else will hire him. They're not worried about that because that's the nature of that business. It just is.
Absolutely.
He can hire a top offensive coordinator. And for me, it would be Buster Faulkner. I mean, you got the guy at UNLV. You got Sean Lewis, I thought did a great job at Colorado until Coach Prime cut him loose. And I don't know the inside there. All I can judge Sean Lewis on, he did a good job at Kent State. And I thought he was doing a good job. Now, I don't know the internal deal, what led Coach Prime. I'm sure there was something there. And I don't know that. I don't have access to that. But I'm just saying, on the surface, Sean Lewis, I thought, did a good job at Colorado before Coach Prime replaced him. But I'm sure he had his reasons, And I'm sure if Sam would hire Sean, he would look and find out what those reasons were, So, and that's their business, not mine. All I can do is just judge what I saw on the field.
Absolutely. It'll be an interesting week to see all the hires, who hits the transfer portal, who doesn't. It's that time again, rumor season, and, unfortunately, no bowl game for Arkansas, so the next time we'll see them take the field is next August. But that's going to do it for your Arkansas football recruiting report for today. That's Otis Kirk. I'm Evan Kamico. We'll see you back here next Sunday.